All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Silver Spoon, Season 2, Episode 9.
All right.
Foreclosure and bankruptcy.
We had a lot of confrontations last episode. We have Komaba now splitting. We have Mikage still trying to keep Hachiken out of everything here.
Yep.
And yeah, he doesn't want to be.
No.
He howls back. Says, no, I want to be.
In whatever way I can.
In this. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Share the load.
I'm so impressed with him, but also I'm very glad that this actually led to him getting frustrated here.
Mm-hmm. And actually being able to voice those feelings in a way that was to the point and clear, and it wasn't like an outburst from something else. It was a concise, conscious decision. Mm-hmm. And now, how's Aki going to respond?
Yeah. The episode basically just left it entirely up in the air as to how she's going to respond.
Yep.
It did feel a little weird that happened, but hey, and it might mean that we kind of continue past that scene and reference back to it at some point in the next episode.
Who knows?
But it did feel like one of those scenes where it would be weird to pick up right in the very middle of the scene.
And yet, because that's as close to a love confession as we've gotten so far, it kind of would make sense for it to be yeah, that's a dramatic thing that just happened. Find out next episode how it resolves.
Right, but could you imagine them being previously, and then he's like, bring me in, and then they just have the scene immediately just keep playing out from there.
That would be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I don't remember how it goes.
I don't expect anime to do that usually. That's
You expect it to skip to a whole new season, and then it's wasn't
no.
crazy?
I expect them to resolve that scene in the episode.
Right.
So it didn't. Yeah, exactly. But all right, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into this. Yeah. Okay, we're just yep. That's how we're doing it.
父さんとかなんとかクソ重い話聞いてビビってるよ。
いいことない上にもうどうにもなんないし。
それも分かってる。じゃ
あなんで？
分かろうとする努力はやめたくない。俺、農業とか完全部外者だけど、何もできないかもしれないけど、一緒に悩むことはできるよ。
Yeah. At the very least, the emotions of it. Come on.
俺も一人ぼっちで悩むしんどさを知ってるから。
Yeah.
だから嫌だったの。八軒君人がいいから緩くないことだって分かってても絶対うちらのこと放っとかないし、こうなること分かってたから突き放してきたのに。
It's a perfect fit, right?
Yeah.
余計な失敗とかしんどい思いさせちゃうから。
I think that's the most we've ever seen her remote.
俺はほら夢とか目標とか特にないしその分暇っつうか俺もしょっちゅう弱音こぼしてるし
Yeah. We already have a shared bit of love for each other.
Yeah.
ありがとう。もっと頼る。何でも相談する。
おお。でも本当は競争から逃げてきちゃった俺なんかでいいのかなっつう不安はあったり。
I was bullshit.
八軒君はいつも一生懸命でさ、私はそういうところが
Get the fuck out of here! Go away!
Shoo!
かけるぞ。
Shuts the door. Yes!
かけようか。
God damn it!
But I love that he's do you want me to lock the door?
Yeah. All right. She can't hide that.
Yeah.
She was going to say at least a but
And I don't think she would have balked about saying
Do like and love share the same initial kanji in Japanese? Ski and...
Well, okay, I know there's the difference between ski and aishiteru, right?
Yes.
And ski, I think, can be done for like as well.
Yeah.
Based on context.
So
but-
it could theoretically be something that
Right, Aishiteru is like the
Yeah,
I want
that's-
to marry you.
yeah,
you know?
I want you
Yeah,
to
right.
be us, you
Yeah,
know.
uh-huh.
Yeah. Right.
金か。金があればみんなこんなに苦しまなくていいのに。
Yes! 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 That was my idea too! Yes! Yes!
気をしっかり持て。
No! 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 No!
なんかいい方法ありませんかね。
カニだべ。ロシアンマフィアの船と仲良くなってちょこっと領海にお邪魔して。
ありがとうございます。
Yeah, no.
Deadliest catch it up. Yeah.
単価安いし、付加価値つけようと思っても、米国
That's actually a good way to make money right there.
Yeah.
Like,
だな。俺らが考えるレベルじゃたかが知れてるんじゃない。
あー
oh my gosh.
えこむわ。ネットオークション。やったら殺す。
とりあえずこれ
Oh, yeah.
親だけど、俺が大学行くこと考えて、その分も稼いでくれてるんだよな。
Could be. Yeah, yeah!
Yeah.
But that means, Hachiken, you could theoretically ask for that college money.
私大学
You
行か
know.
ないよ。
もしもだよ。駒番地の保証人の件。
That'd be one hell of a discussion with Pops.
一日
Yeah,
い
but
くらあるんだ
still.
Yeah.
それにもよるけど、もしなかったら牛を何頭か売ることになるだろうな。公立か私立かでも学費変わるよね。
Oh, 100%. Yeah. A lot of private universities are a racket.
Mm-hmm.
駒場牧場の牛、全部市場に出すって、も
Whoa.
う本当にどうにもならない。
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
売る時が来たら教えてって言っておいたの。
And how much
あ
they're
そこ
gonna
の
be.
牛、年より多いでしょ。
Yeah.
結構顔見知りの子がいたりするから、連れて行かれるところ
Oh.
見ておきたいなって。
しんどくても、タスナがなすな。
Okay.
あのさ、
What if we bought the cows?
俺
Yeah.
もいいかな。
Yeah, yeah.
一緒にいていいかな。
I love this relationship.
わかった。
I love this
いっちゃんに聞い
relationship
て
so
みる。
much.
八健くんうちに泊まる？
え？
明日早くに運搬車来るから。
All right.
明日の朝、学校どうすんの？
休んで。
何？サボり
ただいま。
お世話になります。
おお。
いらっしゃい。
バイト。
Hey.
Once a part-timer, always a part-timer.
Yeah.
物好きだな。犬ってのは見せ物じゃねえんだぞ。
ちょっと父ちゃん。
No, he's
しん
being
どいぞ。
Yeah, but
being
that's
protective and also considerate at the same
yeah,
time.
exactly.
友達のためにどうしたらいいかわからないんです。けど、分かろうとする努力はやめたくないんです。
Mm.
すいません。これ、三影さんの受け売りなんですけど。
早く飯食って寝ろ。明日
Okay.
は早いぞ。
大丈夫です。毎日早いんで。
うるせえ。口答えすんな。
はい、すいません。
It's a stressful time in general.
Yeah.
駒番地の牛たちってこの後どうなるんですか？
市場でいろんなとこに買われてく。若いのは他の酪農家に買われてって今日の夕方にはもうそこの牛舎で搾
And the
乳
old
が
ones
始
will
ま
get
る。
slaughtered, yeah.
年寄りは
Yep.
難しいな。憎い気かな。
Yep. Yep.
おいでなすったぞ。市場に入れる時間決まってるから急いでんだね。
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great image. The idea of like their little truck and then the titans
then-
of industry are
Yeah.
right behind them like, oh yeah, we don't give a fuck. We're here to get the beef and get out, you know?
Where's the beef?
いっちゃんおはよう。
おう。って八軒も本当に来たんか。
なんだよ、その面。
Yeah.
見たって何も面白いことねえぞ。
分かってるよ、そんなの。
よし、いい子だ。
Yep. The young ones first.
おっと。ほら、バース。俺らを牛泥棒だと思ってるんだべ。いい番犬だ。あっち行ってろ。
But my job, I have a
Yeah.
job here.
I've looked after these cows.
これで最後です。いいよ。
Synchronized cry.
Yeah.
それじゃあお預かりします。お疲れ様でした。
よろし しくお願いします。
Damn. They put a lot of detail
Just
into
like
making
that.
sure those trucks look real good.
Yeah.
駒場牛舎掃除すればいいのか。手伝うよ。
バイト代出ねえぞ。
いらねえよ。道具勝手に借りるぞ。お、ネズミの死体。
牛に踏まれたんだね。
でけえよネズミ。
ここ猫飼ってないからね。
二人とも飲んでけ。
Hot milk.
牛乳？
Mm-hmm.
今朝絞った駒場牧場最後の牛乳だ。
Oh.
Yeah.
うめえな。
当たり前だバカ野郎。当たり前だけど最高の褒め言葉だ。
Yeah.
ありがとな。
You still got that big smile.
Oh. Okay. We got a big end credit scene coming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Big end.
I was gonna say
I was
that
like,
episode
oh, wow,
is way
that was a
too
short
short.
episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
そのための原付の免許一発で取ったって自慢してたよ。
Okay.
よかった
Is he doing deliveries?
思ったより
What,
落ち込んで
why
な
does
く
he
て。
need a moped? Oh, just probably to commute. That's what
Oh,
it is.
sure.
Yeah.
夢がなくなって空っぽになったから、とりあえず目標を見つけて気持ちつないでるだけだと思う。なんつうのかな。
Yeah. Process this, man. Yeah. It's a lot.
点数取らなきゃ親の期待に応えなきゃって。勉強の中身も将来の自分像も何も考えなくなっ
Okay.
ちゃった
Yeah.
夢を目指さなくなるのって怖いね。
Mm.
でも夢があるのにそれを目指さないでこれでよかったんだって一生自分をごまかし続け
Oh, yeah. That's you. That's you. Yeah. Yeah. Horses.
見
Yeah.
てやっぱ自分のやりたいことやれよ。自分殺して何になるんだよ。
Yeah. Process it out. Come on, talk about it.
迷惑かけるかもしれないけど
We've been over this.
もう少し勇気もらえるかな。
Oh.
お、秋添上等。一緒に頭踏まれてる。
Ah!
Yep.
Yes!
Yep.
Yes!
おお、歩いて帰ってきたんか。
Together? Yeah.
タラちゃんただいま。
Gramps, come on. Ship him.
Yeah.
やめて。
ほんと馬が好きだな。
何今さら。でもじいちゃんの馬好きに比べればまだまだだよ。
Oh, look at him with the ooh.
おじさんいらっしゃい。
今日はこれから経営どうするか相談するんだけども。
Ah,
ハ
makes
チケン君
sense.
どうすんの？関係ないやつが聞いてもつまらん話ばっかだぞ。
私がいてって頼んだの。
あ、そう。ハチケン君ひょっとして無垢かい？
だといいね。あの子真面目だから大歓迎だわ。
全部売ったけどまだまだだべな。
畑も全部売れるかね。
駒場さんも一郎も働くって言ってるけど。
まだ下の子二人育てなきゃなら
Yep,
んべ。
yep, that's the big
ま
thing,
と
yeah.
まったお金いるわよね。
What are we talking? Yeah, bring it up.
とみ1500
150,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
1500万円。
まだマシかもね。
Could be
億単位で
worse.
借金してる農家もあるから。
Yeah.
さて、どうやっ
Yeah, I was gonna say that is actually,
Mm-hmm.
especially just after an expansion.
人ならなんとかなるしょ。高校卒業したら秋がうちに入るし。
And he saw that too. He can tell what's
よ
going on.
し。まずは馬。全部
Oh.
売れ。
Fuck, and he's the one that loves the horses
Uh-huh.
too.
全部売るって馬やめるんか？
やめる。
That won't be enough.
俺の道楽でちょこっとやってるようなもんだもの。
馬は売る。これで少しまとまった金ができるだろう。
Yeah, you could probably get 50,000, maybe. No. For the
でもほら、
horses,
うちだって馬飼ってるか
I think
ら
you
楽し
wouldn't.
みもあるよ。
Yeah.
You wouldn't nearly get more than a few thousand per horse. So.
完全にやめちまうのかい？秋のために残しといてくれない？
Oh yeah.
この子本当に馬が好きなのよ。
今を逃したらもう切り出せなくなるかもしれない。
Yeah.
後回しにしても余計しんどくなるだけだ。
Yeah. Oh.
みんなに反対されるかもしれないけど、俺は何があ
I
っても
think he's
味方
actually
してやる。
he's looking towards the two of them to be like, you
Mhm.
this is gonna be tough, but you need to say something.
父さん、
That Dutch tilt.
じい
Yep.
ちゃん、ばあちゃん、
Yep. Yep.
ひいばあちゃん、おじさん、私、御影牧場は告げません。私には夢があります。
All right. Yeah. Yeah. So there. Perfect. All right. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Money is a blessing.
Oh
my God.
Shit.
The fact that we are now worried about a family's future, two families' future.
Yep.
Because of $150,000, which is a lot of money. I mean, not just in general, but especially so for farmers.
Yeah.
They're thinking about how they're going to basically sell, assets. Well, I mean, for horses, probably they're closer to liabilities because of
realistically
the amount of cost associated with upkeeping them. So that is actually a very logical thing to do. But it is also a thing of where, okay, Mikage, Aki, she has a dream. She wants to do this,
and she did the thing of standing up for herself. So regardless of how this goes, way to go. But I love how this show, like earlier on, we're like, yeah, stand up for yourself, Aki, all that stuff, share the load, everything, right? And then now that we're starting to like really get an up close view on like exactly what it all means for the family and everything, it's like, this is the biggest time where I could totally see parents being like,
we don't care what you want.
Sorry, honey, that's
just not the reality of the way
that's not
things go.
the situation.
Yeah. We understand that you maybe don't want to run the whole thing. We get that. That's cool.
But
you
we're
won't
selling
do
the
that,
horses.
But we're selling the horses at the very least.
We gotta do that.
Thank you for sharing that you're not willing to run
that is important for us to have for planning,
But
right.
That has nothing to do with how we're going to proceed running the business before then. If you want to have a say in the way things are run, then you've got to take over and run it.
And be like, hey,
that would be the most reasonable and responsible way for the parents to handle this, while still kind of not taking her feelings into account. So right. This kind of sucks.
Yeah,
we're basically gonna have Hachiken like navigate this like a political discussion where it's like, all right, so how much time are you willing to keep maintaining the horses for now, in order to basically have us help come up with a plan by which we can use the horses to maybe make some money. And they'd be like, okay.
Well,
you'll then start maintaining the costs for feeding the horses. We'll allow you to do that for as long as you want, as long as you're, you're responsible for, feeding, cleaning, maintaining, and buying their food and everything and stuff.
But here's the other aspect to it too. It's not just the cost of maintaining them. It's the opportunity costs of waiting to sell them, right?
Well,
because
no, obviously, yeah.
Well, but because like whatever the interest is on this loan and everything, right? It's you want to get that down as fast as possible.
Yeah, the loan situation has not been detailed into specifics with regards to that.
$150,000.
Yeah, we don't know if the interest is crazy high or crazy low, but yes, obviously, that will help them. But in terms of realistically, $150,000, I don't know how many horses they have, but something tells me they don't have 30 horses.
No.
And something tells me they don't have even 10. So realistically, if I remember correctly, when I was reading, I don't remember what book this was. There was a book that dealt with like horses and selling them and stuff. Horses don't sell for much. Like not as much as you'd think. I almost want to like Google this right now. Like Like cost of buying a farm horse. Like $500 to $3,000. Yeah,
wow,
that's super. Yeah, that was my guess of like. I think I said in the reaction, I'm like, it wouldn't be more than $3,000. I think it.
Yeah.
And
the cost of maintaining them would be a lot. So in addition,
like on a yearly basis. Yeah.
And that's in addition to what they brought up of the work, right? We only have so many people that can work. Gramps is getting old, who won't be able to work for that long, right? We might not be able to afford to hire help, so it's a whole bunch of different angles that they're needing to address.
I think the positive of this is that because they're this behind on things, if Hachiken was to work a scheme and get them $10,000 basically, like a million yen basically,
that'd be a that'd be a big deal.
It would be a very noticeable big deal. It wouldn't solve everything.
No,
but it'd be something that, like, I think Hachiken, with his group at the school, with their know-how, with enough time, yeah, I would say in 3 to 6 months they could raise easily $10,000.
I really liked the idea that you threw out there, because I watched this show so long ago, you know, and it was back during my binge days. I don't remember a lot of the details, but I loved your idea of he goes to his dad, and the angle that he works, you know, is not just the, hey, dad, you know, will you help me out? It's the, what did you have saved up for my college fund?
Yeah,
you know, right? Like that would be such a concrete way to basically be like, hey, you had the whole thing go with my older brother.
Exactly.
And that didn't go well.
And I'm sure that you, like,
You know.
really hate the fact that, you know, you did spend probably money on him to do this, to go to a really nice university. And he basically gave you the middle finger.
Yeah.
I
and
understand
threw
that
the
you and
money
I
in the
don't have a
toilet.
good relationship and things like that, but this is what I want. And
I'm not going to do what you want, but I also don't want to just, I want to be diplomatic about this and not do things the way that my older brother did.
I honestly think that his dad actually would see the reason for it, especially if he saw the effort put in by Hachiken to work towards this before he asks for his dad's help.
Sure.
Now, obviously, I think the mom would be, like, supportive in some measure. Like, I think she's kind of the diplomat, but also the passive, like, kind of holding back kind of person. So maybe what she'd do is be like, hey, you know, he is really passionate about this, and, you know, we always did want him to, you know, work hard and, you know, put him and apply himself, and you know, this isn't a great industry, but, you know, maybe there's something, like, I could see them working through this through a couple angles. I could also see literally the other side of things that hasn't even been addressed here, but parents want to be grandparents, and there's a very real world where if they end up doing this, they end up not only in a situation where Hachiken is like, no, I'm gonna end up with this girl, and that's going to be my and your future family.
Yeah.
If you do this, you're basically setting us up to then be able to, you know. Yeah. There's so many cool things that can come from that.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I know they don't like the relationship they've got with their oldest son.
Yes.
Because he's just out and about doing nothing and has probably no consistent communication with them.
Well, or to put it another way,
Yeah.
While he's probably not the type to have kids, if he did, those grandkids would not be ones that you would see very often.
Yes.
You know,
very good point.
Like that's
Yes.
the thing that the kids always have over the parents, right? Where it's that, well, do you want to,
you want to be
present in your grandkid's life?
You need to you have to be in good relationship with us. You can't be assholes. You can't.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually like one of the things that's been really cool kind of growing up and stuff and seeing this happen with peers and stuff is realizing, oh shoot, like this isn't like a bullying thing for you to be like, hey, you know, you so-and-so's mom, if you're being, you know, verbally abusive or something like that, you're not going to be in your grandkids' life.
Right.
Holy shit. If you've ever seen a parent like about face like that, like I've seen it where like the parent goes like, no, you wouldn't. And it's like, well, yeah.
You think I'd let my kids be around someone who's acting like that?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like addictions or something like that.
Sure.
Or even just in the basic sense here, a parent that doesn't actually invest in the relationship with their kid.
Sure.
In this case, Hachiken, who kind of has the trauma of the stuff going on from the past and then the present reality, and that they don't really want to have anything to do with him outside of what he can do for them, and also kind of the way in which they are, at the very least, kind of blasé about his dream, which I guess that's a little bit more realistic because it's he's in a farming school. I don't see it.
Yeah,
so
right.
he needs to kind of prove not just to himself and his parents, because it doesn't need to do that, but it's something that will mean a lot for Hachiken to then be able to take this these leadership qualities that he's been developing and this heart to serve and benefit other people, marry these things, partner with Mikage and the rest of the school, and then have this be his long-term, like, business project,
Sure.
basically.
And if you think about it, that feels like a very satisfying conclusion for the show, even though the manga continues after, I'm sure.
Oh, I don't think we're gonna get any like full progress in this in 2 episodes. You know.
Well, okay, maybe not. Yeah, I can't quite remember. But the idea that with where Hachiken started in the show, right, having regardless of what amount of progress ends up being made on it, having this be the thing that we have for the finale of the anime feels very apropos. And if it involves some conflict with his parents and such, that feels like that feels like it would be a fantastic way to have that coming full circle. You know, the hero going back to the hometown and everything, right? You know, like, yeah.
Yeah, I love the way this is developing. I love the way that they're focusing on Aki and Hachiken's relationship. The way in which all the adults and older people are just kind of like, oh, this is happening.
Oh God, I love
Red
so
alert,
much
red alert, it's happening.
The
you know, that's one of my favorite tropes. Yes, is basically the you think that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Shuts the door back. There's so many different ways it can be used. I do kind of laugh though at the way at which this anime gets away with somehow having there be no progress by not letting any of those scenes develop beyond just the and then they stop, and then the rest of this episode, nothing has been focused on those specific types of conversations.
Right.
And yet they have their cake and eat it because there's so many other conversations that are about them actually practicing out the thing that that she said she would do.
Right.
With him.
They are moving forward into something that is of a level of seriousness that is the kind of thing where you would expect that to happen when you're in a relationship with somebody.
Absolutely.
And so much so to the idea that the parents and the adults and stuff are like, wait, is he a potential husband?
Are they already dating?
Right. And so yes, we backtracked on the whole word, right.
Right.
But
in action, we're seeing their relationship actually develop, which I think is a very breath of fresh air as far as relationship writing goes in anime.
Because it can be very frustrating to have that like word get cut off and then
and then actually have no focus in the story regarding their relationship.
Right.
But because this entire episode was effectively focused on their relationship through the stuff with the farm and everything, and this being about Aki then being willing to process all this to actually be like, okay, I just got the call, and rather being like, what was that? Oh no, it's nothing.
Yeah.
She goes and immediately says, it's hopeless.
Here's the situation.
Well, and all the cows are being sold right now.
And the other one,
morning.
The other one that I wanna like give a shout out to Aki for is that when the dude interrupts them and it's like, and goes to close the door, then it cuts to them having explained the situation to them. So it's not even just something where it's the I'll let Hachiken in on this. It's the I am going to depend on people in general. I'm going to lean on people because that's something that. Right. Damn it, I realize I need to do and I want to do and so, even if it's not someone who has made the big declaration of, hey, bring me into this with you, giving someone who is even more distant from you the benefit of the doubt that you can bring them into that stuff and it's going to be okay.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Good job.
Yeah.
And now confronting the family.
Yeah, and that bringing in other people into it does kind of bring up that interesting thing of where this was not a love confession.
Nope.
She is doing this because it's, the courage that Hachiken gives her. And thus there's that little bit of like, Hachiken, you're not special because I'm telling this to other people as well. So so there is a small little bit of where this is something that can still be
a focus
point for actual
DTR needs to happen.
Full DTR communication with regards to things. But outside of that, she brought it up.
Yep.
She's not wanting to take over the farm. I did like the little looks from Dad.
Yeah.
Because I don't think those were like, shut up, don't say anything looks. I think those were speak now or forever hold your peace kind of looks. And if you guys are actually like serious about whatever this is, I need to see some kind of united front or at least some contributions of intent, desire, or effort.
Yeah, if you want to be a part of the discussion process, then you have to engage in it, right? Like
even if you're against some ideas or what have you, speak up. Come on.
Yeah, right. It's the like Aki's dad is very physically scary looking, you know, right? And yet
but he looked over to them like twice or 3 times.
Right, like that was a very stern but considerate kind
Yes.
of look, you know, right? And so
Because if it only happened once, okay, cool. He just looked over their way.
But
it doesn't mean anything.
you know,
but if he looked over to them multiple times,
like
that's him basically checking in, being like, hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's not going to say, Aki, do you have anything to say? Right. It's
No,
if you're going to say this
is
you
the realm
have
of adults. You speak up for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually think this is a really cool thing, but Hachiken brought up a line that I think is actually kind of a frustrating kind of thing, because I hear this a lot of people going like, oh, they're at this age, they shouldn't be expected to, be involved in conversations about this. And I understand the point that they're getting at here.
Like, you don't have to.
You don't have to. But when people actively seek it out, the idea of this being something where, we shouldn't be having high schoolers have to deal with this kind of stuff here. No, I disagree. I disagree. I think that there's a very reductive viewpoint of basically saying that because of our age, we shouldn't be involved in conversations and stuff.
Right.
About
the difference.
this.
Yeah. He's talking about the Kumaba should not have to
worry about this.
Worry about carrying the weight of my family's debt.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
But yeah, the education about these sorts of things and bringing young adults into this kind of space so that they can be properly equipped for that when they're handling it themselves.
Yep. What are you guys, 16? 2 years you'll be legal adults and stuff,
and potentially
you'll be talking about loans quite a bit. I'm just gonna let you know.
Yeah, and you might not be in America, so it might not be quite as extreme of the and now get ready for college.
Cost of living is going to be a lot different.
Yeah.
But the point is, I am tired personally. It's just a personal trigger of mine of hearing people say that people shouldn't know about these kinds of things. And I'm like, no. You can tell a 12-year-old the concept of money and managing it well, and that's not something that is going to make them have a scarred development as a child or what have you.
It feels very similar to the talk about sex or hey, drink responsibly, or like that kind of stuff, right? Where it's
all the privileges of adulthood from a legal sense.
And the thing is that because they can be uncomfortable conversations for the parents, there can be all kinds of ways in which they might want to avoid that.
Sure.
But it's like, no, but that conversation is important. You're not doing them a favor by waiting.
It's just gonna happen later. If anything, I definitely respect the thing of I don't have the capacity to do that conversation well, so I'm going to prepare to do it later. But that's just an acknowledgement of, okay, cool, I will have to do it later.
It's prioritizing making sure you do it well.
Right. And I'm harping on this a little bit, but my point is that Hachiken is one where most of what makes him unique in the story is that he basically just keeps asking questions about things that aren't his business.
Yes.
And a lot of the people in the story are like, that's not your business. And he's like, I don't give a fuck. I want to know. I'm curious. And thus, that being said, it feels weird for Hachiken to be like, this shouldn't be Mikage's business. And I get why he's saying it, but it's still something that made me go, Hachiken, come on. This is still something that's important to... be involved in, at least from the strategic sense, if she wants to be making some kind of big decisions about things she doesn't know about.
Just the statement of I have a dream. It's like, okay, cool. Now let's bring some practicality to that. Let's figure out what it would actually take for you to do that dream, right? That's very different from just the I have a dream, yay, pat me on the back, right? Well, if you're actually going to stand up for it, then...
What is that dream? What are you going to do
let's
that?
bring some action,
Yeah. So, next episode is going to be awesome.
Yes.
I'm very excited. I also know that because of the pacing of this show, we are not going to spend the whole time in that living room. So, the processing after this conversation is
going to be very interesting.
Going to be very awesome. And because Hachiken is there, I actually sense that it's going to go exceptionally well. I have a very specific... person in this family dynamic that I think is going to be one of the biggest allies here.
Who do you think it is?
We don't. don't
underestimate.
Yep,
the small
exactly,
ones.
exactly. Don't ever doubt the power of the tiniest one in the room because she's been there longer than all of them.
Right.
And she knows her shit.
Yeah.
So I am
that's right.
I am particularly excited for that, but also for the dad to give a little bit of brusque but helpful support. Not full support, but like, you know, a negotiating kind of style of things.
Yeah, to give us that closer look and the better perspective on exactly what those glances meant.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. And also be sure to check out my Baldur's Gate 3 Let's Play on Twitch. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.